Hi everyone, it's Jill Foster here for Penny Black, and today I'm going to give you a closer look and a simple how-to with our brand new product line, Stick and Shine. And this is just a super fun product line, and I can't wait to tell you more about it. So first, I'll give you a quick closer look, kind of like an unboxing of everything that we have that's brand new as part of the Stick and Shine line. The first is we do have some foil for you. So this is our metallic multi-pack, and you get two of each of these colors in the metallic multi-pack. This is our classic colors multi-pack, and you receive one sheet of each of the colors included in this pack. And you can also use our stick and shine designs with any foils that you may already have on hand. So here's a look at what those colors look like for you. And this is what the actual stick and shine designs look like. And within each of those packs, you do receive 2 pages. Now I will tell you about how to transfer the designs onto your paper. So just a few quick tips before you begin. Once you press the design to your paper, do not try to lift it back up or reposition it. Don't wiggle the design while you transfer it. Use a firm, even pressure over the whole design during the transfer process. And for the best results, apply to a smooth, non-textured cardstock. And if you've ever used a rub-on, these work very similar to that. So let's take a look at how that process looks. So we'll open up this one. This is our Border Beauty Stick and Shine design. And take those out. You'll see that there are 2 sheets. These consist of the main application panel, which is on the clear, and then there's a backing sheet. So you're going to remove that backing sheet and press those firmly onto smooth paper. That was done with our applicator tool. And whatever's left there on your paper is sticky. Then you can add your shine. So I'm going to first show you how to add that beautiful shine with the popular foil. And when you do this, one quick tip is you want the shiny side up with your foil. So pick out a foil. We're just going to lay that flat across the stick and shine design and then rub that. You can use your fingertip, the back of your finger, even the heel of your hand to rub that over that stickiness, and the stickiness will then grab the foil and it will transfer it on there. If there's any places that you missed, you can just sort of lay that foil back down on top and look at how simple and easy that is to do, and the design is beautiful. So we'll show you that a few more times just to get a hang of it and see some of these beautiful designs in action. You can trim apart the designs before applying. So just press that onto the paper, then using firm, even pressure over the entire design, transferring the sticky onto smooth cardstock. We'll peel that clear plastic sheet off, and now that sticky design is on the paper. We'll grab some foil, shiny side up, and put it over the top. Then you can just press down with the heel of your hand. You can rub your finger across it. You can even use like the end of a bone folder to transfer the foil. You just don't want to use anything too sharp that would sort of scrape that stickiness before the foil can stick to it. So there's a couple ways that you can foil the stick and shine designs. You can also use these stick and shine designs with glitter. So I'll give you a look here at how that works. Very similar, but instead of putting a foil on top, you're going to sprinkle with glitter. So I've trimmed off one of the snowflakes from our Extraordinary set, transferred that onto the paper, and then we'll sprinkle that with a fine glitter, sort of wiggle it around so it's all covered, tap off the excess, and there you will see the stick and shine design has been glittered. There's a look at another one in a different color. Now here is our large background refinement. See, we're pressing that onto the paper using our applicator tool, but again, you can use your hand or your fingertips to apply that as well, or even a bone folder. We'll peel off that clear plastic sheet once the design has been transferred. And then this is just a fun technique that you can do. Now you certainly could sprinkle this all with just one color of glitter, but here we are sprinkling it with multicolors of glitter to create a rainbow effect. You could also create sort of an ombre look doing this. So just sprinkling on a section of the design, sort of tilting the paper and patting it on the side to spread that glitter out into a small section of the design. And then just going in and grabbing different colors of glitter and following that same process. Just working over some scratch paper to catch the excess as we go. Now, any of these stick and shine designs you can do with any of these shine options, foil, glitter, or I will show you embossing powder in just a moment. Just grab that excess to sprinkle over the whole thing in case there are any places that didn't get it. Then just use a clean, dry brush to brush off any excess glitter. And take a look at that beautiful sparkle. It is so, so fun to do this. And really the design options are endless. By changing up your color, the color of your paper, the color of your glitter, the color of your foil, just so many things you can do. Now here's a quick tip. If you save your packaging from the stick and shine design, you put some foam strips along the outside of the design and lay that clear plastic packaging right on top. That will keep the glitter from transferring or falling off on your recipient when they receive your card. So you could just trim around this, add some die cuts on top, and you would have a really beautiful card. And if you don't want to add the sort of depth that the foam around it adds, you can also just use some glue around the outside, like a liquid glue. I love Tombow multi-adhesive glue, and you can add that around the outside and just lay that clear acetate or packaging right there on top of the design. And again, so, so beautiful. You could add some die cuts on top, some frame dies on top, and this would be really, really pretty. So we've done foil, we've done glitter. You can also use our stick and shine designs with embossing powder. So here I will give you a look at that. Here I'm going to peel off the backing sheet from the stick and shine design. Being careful not to put my fingers on any of the sticky part of the design on that back side. I'm going to press this onto my smooth paper. And here I am just using the soft part, the squishy part of my fingertip, not the nail, to rub that onto my paper. I'm making sure to rub the entire design. Then I will peel up that clear packaging. Now this is sticky, so I don't want to touch the sticky part either with my finger, and I will sprinkle this with embossing powder. Now, embossing powder, you do need to heat to set. So of the foil and the glitter, you do not need to use any heat at all, which is what I love about this. It's so simple and easy to do. No extra tools required. But embossing powder, you do need to heat to set. And so once you sprinkle that on, you can tap off any excess, sort of brush off any excess there, and then heat to set that. And you can also emboss these stick and shine designs. So these are like a sticky rub-on. So if you've ever used rub-ons before, you know that the design can sometimes be affected by the application process or the surface that you're applying it to. So if you happen to have something not transfer perfectly, don't fear. Here are some design tips. And if you're just looking for some design ideas with these stick and shine products, these design tips are easy and beautiful. So here I have transferred my stick and shine design onto smooth cardstock, and I'm going to use some distress ink using an ink blending tool and a foam pad, and I'm inking over the top of the foiled design. The foiled design will resist the inking and still be shiny, but this creates a really beautiful tone on tone look. This is actually my personal favorite way to use these. I just really like the tone on tone look. I think it's really easy to work with on the cards. If you have any areas that didn't perfectly transfer, using a couple of related colors on the background. So for example, here I used Evergreen Bough and Faded Jeans Distress ink colors to blend over that, creates some movement in the background and will hide any imperfections in your transferring. And it's so, so pretty. So here are some cards where I have used that technique. I did this one, the red foil design, and then I inked on top using distress inks, so creating that tone on tone look. Here is another tip. You can trim these larger stick and shine designs down before you transfer them. Then you don't have to have quite as much to transfer at one time. Or you can do it after you've transferred it, and then you can get more cards out of the stick and shine designs. So you can see here on these cards where I've trimmed them down and used both pieces on different cards. And again, I chose ink colors to create kind of a tone on tone look for the background. And with the gold, then I used a tan color. And to finish these cards, you really only need just some really basic die cuts and a sentiment, and they are complete, and they are so, so beautiful. Now, another tip is, of course, you can cut these apart before you're applying them. And our Border Beauty Stick and Shine design fits perfectly with our pre-printed masterpieces made simple. So here I have cut that apart. I am pressing it onto that pre-printed panel, and I'm just using my fingertip to rub that on. Now, the masterpieces made simple pre-printed panels like you see here, they are a linen finish, so there is some texture to these, so it's not going to transfer quite as perfectly as if it was on smooth cardstock, but it is beautiful just the same, and I'll show you that here in just a minute. And these masterpieces made simple designs are very busy, so if you have any places that are not quite perfect, it's not even going to show. So here I've just laid my foil, the shiny side up. I'm pressing that with my finger, and then I'm actually using the opposite, or like the end of my bone folder, to gently rub that across and transfer that foil design. It's not too sharp, so this does work well. And I will peel back that foil, and you can see even on the linen finish, it is really, really beautiful and adds just a nice finishing touch to those pre-printed panels. Another tip is, if you're using the snowflakes and you want to add some extra depth and dimension, or let's say you've done them on a textured cardstock and a little bit of it didn't transfer just perfectly, I love to add some splatter. So I've got some acrylic paint here, just some cheap white acrylic paint. I'm mixing that with water on my paintbrush, and I am just going to splatter this background right on top of the foil. So I foiled the stick and shine designs, I did a little ink blending on the background, and now I'm splattering with acrylic paint. And this creates some really nice dimension, because now you have some snowfall sort of falling on top of those stick and shine designs. I like to cover up my sentiment before I splatter, so that's why I have those sticky notes on there. And here I'll give you a look at some cards where I have done that. This is once it's dry, and I just really love how that looks with that little bit of splattering in the background. Here is another card. I even added some really small self-adhesive pearls to those stick and shine snowflakes. That's from our Extraordinary set. And if there's any cards here that you especially love, I will put a link down in the YouTube description box below to a blog post that will show all of these cards with links to all of the products used on each card. And then one other tip I have is, if you really want to have something super striking and you want that shine to really, really show up and be sort of like the focal point on your card, try adding it to dark cardstock. So here I have a smooth dark navy cardstock from my stash, and I've used our sentiment set on top of here, Christmas Classics, with some gold foil. And I just love how elegant and shiny that looks on the dark cardstock. So before we go here, I'll give you one last look at each of the new Stick and Shine design products that we're releasing. This is 15-006 Refinement. This is that beautiful background that you saw us inking on top of and glittering. These are all of those snowflakes, 15-003 Extraordinary. Remember, you're getting 2 sheets, so you're going to get a ton of snowflakes that you can use on your cards with that set. Speaking of a lot of options, this is 15-004 Christmas Classics, getting a lot of sentiments within those 2 sheets that come in the pack. Here is the 15-008 Border Beauty that fits our pre-printed masterpieces made simple, but you can also use it without them. We have our 2 packs of foil that you saw at the beginning of the video, 21-001 metallic multi-pack and the classic colors multi-pack. And this is the Stick and Shine applicator tool that we have. If you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to subscribe. We plan to have lots more in-depth videos showing the cards that you've seen today. And you can also connect with Penny Black on Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, as well as Instagram, our website, and blog. And I'll put links for all of those down in the description box below. Happy creating!